Senator Wyden.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just one point before we go to questions. I know that the committee Republicans don't like it when I criticize them about their record on health care. But if you have not had a single hearing, not one, on health care in 400 days, that lousy Republican record on health care is not surprising, it is inevitable. And that's why it's an important issue. Now, Mr. Bell, let me start with you on an easy issue. 4 days into his term, the president sent HHSIG and 16 other inspector generals a 2-sentence email telling them they were fired. Their firings were an unprecedented assault on the independence of inspectors general and a clear signal that if they call out wrongdoing by this administration, they're going to be shown the door. Now, my view is these firings clearly violated the law. The Senate passed a bill 93-1 calling the Securing Inspector General Independence Act as the title. That law requires that before the president fires an inspector general, they've got to give Congress 30 days notice and explain to the Congress in writing exactly why that's being done. Pretty straightforward. So if you have what it takes to call out wrongdoing, that looks to me like a pretty good example. So my question is, if President Trump removes an inspector general without following the law, without providing Congress 30 days notice and without explaining in writing why he's doing it, is he violating the law? And this should be, in my view, a yes or no question.
Thank you for the question, Senator Wyden. Senator, I wasn't part of those discussions, part of the legal analysis that the president may have sought, and I believe those matters have been already litigated and are over.
It's not over, it's still the law. I mean, this is not a close call. I mean, you can't order a Sprite around here by a 93-1 margin. That's what this law passed as. It is still a law. So what gives here? I mean, if it's a law, you got to comply.
Senator, I will uphold the law as if confirmed as Inspector General, the law, the regs, the guidance. I'm committed to the rule of law. I thank you for the question. But again, I was not part of that decision made by the president. I support the president and believes he's a man of great integrity.
This is not about those matters. This is about the text of black letter law, which passed the Congress 93-1. And you're talking about all kinds of other things, which is certainly your right to do so, but let the record show that somebody who's talking about supporting the law is not willing to apply it as it relates to his field. One last point that I want to get into, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Bell has had experience doing investigations. Act Blue is what he's up to now. Then he previously was dealing with Planned Parenthood. And I'm a privacy hawk, Mr. Bell, and I was struck by you and your staff in the Planned Parenthood investigation demanding names, private communications of doctors, researchers, medical students, and even patients, stripping them of their privacy, exposing them to heightened threats and harassment, and endangering their lives. The investigation was predicated on doctored videos provided to you by a personal contact. The release of these videos resulted in a 9-fold increase in threats to healthcare providers and providers alike. And I believe, based on the public record, the documents that we have reviewed, your actions on the Planned Parenthood investigation were reckless, and you repeatedly pushed for access and made public-private medical information, ignoring the warning of nonpartisan experts. And privacy should be not a blue and red issue. It ought to be fundamental. The founding fathers thought it was fundamental. And yet my reading of what went on in the Planned Parenthood investigation, you trampled on people's privacy. I intend to oppose the nomination. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Wyden. Senator Grassley.
Yeah.